Welcome into the D Event Center on the campus of Weber State University, the side of the 2023 6A State Tournament. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Brian Alfrey with you here as American Fork Cavemen going to take on the Fremont Silverwolves. The winner will take on the Cypress Pirates. And Brian, first of all, you know both these teams.
Yeah.
Let's start first for you with the Fremont Silverwolves. Coach Corey Mullaney won a state championship in 2020 with Dallin Hall. He's rebuilt this team. He's come back. This is a really even team for Coach Corey Mullaney.
Yeah, he's got a great team, I think. He's got a lot of size. David Calvert's just a big body. He can shoot very well. And then Hunter Hansen is just a man among boys. I mean, I know he's just a junior, but he's just so smart, so smooth, and so efficient. Very good player.
And it's good to see Hunter Hansen back healthy, Dane. And for American Fork, this is the reigning 6A champion, and Coach Ryan Cuff has turned it right back around, Dane. He's got a chance, if they win through this tournament, to win 3 championships in 4 years at American Fork.
Yeah, and this is a unique group, Dusty. I'm going to say the biggest team in the state, and it all starts with, you want big, it's Aaron Dunn. But that guy is a man amongst boys. But you look at Tiger Cuff, you look at Blake Rawson, there's a whole bunch. Ashton Wallace, who was the lone returning starter off of last year's state championship group. It's a very talented roster for American Fork and a good one. And these two teams played earlier this year. It was a 1-point game. We expect similar competitiveness here in this quarters.
Coach Casey Walker, who just joined us in our last broadcast, said first to 40 wins. As Rawson misses at the rim, tipped back out, and the ball did hit the rim. Ashton Wallace moves without the ball and finishes. A 3-year contributor, Ashton Wallace.
Yeah, he's a very, very good player.
I really feel like, boy, he is taking his game to that next level, and you're going to see his imprint offensively and defensively.
Not to mention a member of the Utah Top 50 showcase during the winter or the fall. As Cuff has that one stolen, taken away, going the other way is Hunter Hansen, and Hunter Hansen ties us up early on.
Just a smart player, right? Just knows that's coming. A lot of film study, steps in front of that, gets it done.
We'll get that clock figured out. As the data on that's just a little off, just a touch. That ball goes out off the rim, tracked down by Braden Flinders.
And I'll tell you, Fremont can be strong on the glass. That's going to go a long ways towards helping them here today.
Hogan goes out near side to Calvert. Look out for Hogan. That's a kid that hit 8 threes against Davis.
You know, and they've got headliners, but they've got a lot of other guys, too. Christian Blanche has been a big contributor for Fremont this year. Brian talked about David Calvert. Flinders, Hadley's another one that can find his stroke. This is a very talented roster for Coach Mullaney.
On the corner. Now on the drive, the shot would not fall. Got to love the white on white with a little bit of red there for J.R. Turley. Could have given that one to go. There's a certain uniform maker that should be banned.
Absolutely, yeah.
Football, they do white with silver, for heaven's sakes. Al Davis did a lot of things right before the mid-2000s. And one of the things, he fixed the Raiders' uniforms. And everyone needs to follow suit. But up top with Calvert, 6 on the shot clock. David Calvert on the drive. That Rawson blocked away. And Lindbaum with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
I saw older brother Rawson in the walkways here of the D Event Center.
That's going to be a nice battle between Rawson and Calvert. Both pretty athletic, both big, strong guys.
Try to inbound that. Ooh.
I was kickball.
Ryan Cuff didn't think so.
He never thinks you win against him.
Of course, Ryan Cuff standing on one of the 3 floors you got to play on in college. BYU, Arizona State, finished up here at Weber State after being an All-American at Richfield High School. He played in one of the most famous state championship games in state history.
I think the question here is around the shot clock.
Yeah, they're going to reset that, I would think.
I don't think they are.
I don't think they're on the kick ball. I think they kept it there. I think that's what they asked, right? Because the violation isn't a violation. So 3 seconds on the shot clock. Going to inbound to Hansen. Hansen doesn't realize it. He puts it up at the horn. And it's a shot clock violation. Corey Mullaney wants an explanation of why that wasn't. And Doug Kingsman having a conversation with Corey. And I know Corey feels bad that we're not sitting down on the floor to get one more shot.
I feel bad. Maybe after the game, Dusty. Let's go just for old time's sake.
Just go sit there in the seats there?
Yeah.
Go inside to Rawson. Rawson finds Turley, blocked away by Hansen. And they'll get Hansen with that offhand. It wasn't on the swing.
Yeah.
The offhand for the foul.
Yep, on that shoulder. They're going to get him on that every time. He keeps that hand off. That's a great block.
So the free throw for Turley goes off the front of the iron. You mentioned Corey Mullaney won a state championship a couple years ago with Dallin Hall at the University of Utah. And he's sandwiched by 2 state championships from Ryan Cuff, who is the only coach in the state of Utah's history to win state championships at 3 different schools: Lone Peak, Dixie, and American Fort. I think he would trade him. No, maybe he wouldn't. He might trade them all in for that Stephen Gordon shot to not fall from half court back in the late 80s. Here's Hansen. Sends that one to Flinders. Flinders can't get that to go. Calvert with the board, goes back up and in. David Calvert with the bucket.
Brian, you made a mention of it. I mean, the bigs in this game are going to be really key, and David Calvert's got to have a big game working the paint for Fremont.
Yeah, and he's really the only big that Fremont has. You've got Dunn, and you've got Rawson on the floor. You got the Webb kid that's going to come in a minute.
Yep.
I mean, American Fork's just loaded, bigger than probably half the college teams in this state.
Yeah. I mean, they look like a college team.
The only bigger team is Pleasant Grove, but Pleasant Grove got
I don't
some guys.
think so.
Well, they got hurt until Rasmussen really hurt the average. Having Carson Rasmussen out there really hurt the average height. Because Bron Roberts, Garrett, Mitten, that's a long
I don't know,
team.
man. I'm just saying.
And I'll say
I don't
this.
know.
Corner is really close.
No.
Wingspan-wise, they're right there.
Well, wingspan. Okay, maybe wingspan.
Yeah, in corner.
In
they
height,
got a
no.
lot of long guys. A lot of guys who are 6'6", 6'7".
But thickness, too. There's a lot of upper body strength on American Fork. There's only one Max Toombs, right? Like,
I mean, Max kind of negates Turley. And plus, we're going jaw size, too. I mean, it's...
I'm going to stay out of this one.
I'm really mad that Max didn't play football. That is a missed opportunity with that jawline. That kid is a D1 linebacker. In the lane, Hansen, no, and the rebound. Quickly on the run. Rawson, heads up play by Rawson.
literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see what you did there.
I'm glad it didn't hit him.
Yeah.
And everybody watches our coverage says, Dusty thinks every basketball player should play football. Caleb Lohner would be at the Combine this week if he listened to me when he was at Wasatch.
Wasatch didn't have a football program.
Doesn't matter. Brian's almost
right.
Yeah. He's Antonio Gates-ish. Or Jimmy Graham. But Rawson backs his way in, gets a little separation with that shoulder, and gets it to go. Do you teach that move to Trevin?
Yeah, I tried to, but Trev's way better than anything I could ever teach him. Just kind of bounce that guy off him, and it's a little bit of a mismatch because the defender's a little smaller on that.
Nice take and make by Flinders. Braden Flinders with the bucket, and here we go, 6'5", on the pace that I don't want to give Casey Wagner too much credit. He's on the pace that he said that would have to be. There's too many West Jordan guys getting things right here.
I think I told you I coached Casey from 7th grade on, which tells you how old I am.
Brain of an elephant as there's a block by Calvert out on the run. Here comes Flinders. And Calvert holds things up. Our earlier games, that ball's going in the air. But being very deliberate here offensively. And back to Hansen.
Hey, since you love the football-playing basketball players, how about David Calvert?
Calvert
Is an Antonio Gates.
He had one of the best catches of the year. It was week 1.
Yes. None of this could be stuff is for David Calvert.
Flinders short on the 3. And of course, Emma's watching somewhere. Emma, welcome to the stream. Can't do our stuff without talking to one of our award winners.
Yeah.
Emma Calvert, 2-time on our Rewind Awards. trying to look inside of Tiger Cuff, go back out to Rawson. Tiger's in the wrong spot on the floor. Here comes Ashton Wallace. Ashton drives, left it short. Rawson, I don't know how, yeah, there's a travel. I was saying, I don't know how you had a loose ball foul, but we got, who has been confirmed by many coaches that we've talked to, one of the better officials in the state, right there on the spot. Don't want to give him too much credit. He's a good father and mother. They're great people. But I thought they were wisely called there, Brian. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm lost. You lost me there. Sorry.
That official's parents, I know them.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
was saying. I was giving credit to their parents, not to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you lost me there for a minute.
Sorry, too many inside jokes floating back and forth.
Yeah.
Outside here by Hadley, drives and has that one, could not get over the top. Quickly on the other end and taken away.
Dangerous pass there. Dangerous pass there by Tiger. That's a tight window to try to fit that in.
Got it up and under. Hansen doesn't get the call. Quickly on the run. Here comes Ashton Wallace. It was Keen Webb that checked in. Man, those numbers are hard to see.
Yeah, they're not ideal.
Wallace back up Webb on the angle. Now back into Rawson.
I'm going to go based on hairstyle.
Yeah, I can't see him at all. I'm just having to go off the fact that I know most of the kids, and so.
Holden Hucks gets that bucket. And it's 7-6 American Fork. And I got to give an apology to Keen Webb. And I did their game against, I believe it was Sky Ridge. I called him the wrong name for a good portion of that. Mainly because I couldn't see the numbers there either. Is the three on the way? No. From Trayton Hogan. And that ball is out of bounds and will go back to American Fork with 58 seconds left in the quarter.
Webb, the addition from Dixie. Been a good element. Comes off the bench. And, again, when you talk about that length and size of American Fork, he just adds to that stigma or fact or whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
He's a great young man. And I think you see that in the fact that he comes off the bench, right? He's a starter at Dixie, plays a ton of minutes, comes here, and he just wants to win, fit in with his teammates. Does whatever he can. He's a great passer, too, for a big man.
Wallace thought maybe that was going to be a lob to Webb. Couldn't get it. Calvert comes away with the board. As it'll be the final shot of the quarter as the shot clock is turned off. Remember, there is a 35-second shot clock in Utah High School basketball, but it will come off when game clock's inside of it. Just killed one of my favorite sayings.
You know, maybe for a rewind moment, we can go back to when Dusty could say, no shot clock in Utah High School basketball.
Calvert, 4-3.
Oh, that's a deep one, too.
Yeah.
Tiger Cuff gives it up. Hucks at the horn. How about the answer? Back-to-back threes on possessions to close out the first. At the end of one, American Fork leads Fremont 10-9. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com.
Okay. Okay. Yun ang malawa din siya akit sa kapansin dala bi alawa ang minodala so
So welcome back in. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, Brian Alfrey with you. This is like the, I call it the great reunion of everything, but the basketball tournament's so much fun. But Brian, even at the end of the month, it's not going to be the last of basketball in the state of Utah.
Yes, we're really excited to announce that the Utah Top 50 is doing a college showcase. We've got girls, top juniors and senior girls will be in March 24th and 25th, and then the boys are going to be March 30th and April 1st. That'll be at Westminster. So request an invite at
Where are you watching us? As Hadley on the drive got inside a web and got that bucket to go, but go to Modern Missionary. And those of you, call season is starting soon, and so if you're going to go serve an LDS mission, go to Modern Missionary. You can go register and get a free shirt and tie when you register with Modern Missionary. As Rawson turns that one over, and it's Traden Hogan with the steal. That's
a good way to deal with some of that length, right? You bring the double team, take away some of the passing lanes, no shot, force a turnover. I expect Fremont will do a lot of that as this game wears on.
Boston Hadley goes at Rawson, sends out to Hansen. Hansen at Wallace, still hanging on a pivot, sends it back out to Calvert. 13 on the shot clock. David back out to Hansen. Hansen on the drive. Wallace right there with him. And a traveling violation first. Hansen was like, hey, try to go through the thing.
How about the defense of American Fork? Wallace with a couple nice stops.
Yeah, Wallace does a great job staying in front of him and doesn't actually even need help. So now there's no one to even kick it out for Hunter Hansen. What a luxury for Coach Cuff. Take Webb out. He's 6'10". Bring in Aaron Dunn. He's 6'10". None of them even have to get tired.
They don't get tired, and you see your son knock down the three and give you a 2-point lead, 13-11. See, Uncle Cuff came off the floor. Just wanted to be able to enjoy
he's
stuff.
Right over here, yeah.
The three from Hadley won't go. And the rebound to Ashton Wallace. Ashton over to Hucks, who hit the three at the end of the quarter. Leaves it for Dunn. Dunn got contact. Good job at Calvert not drawing the foul. Dunn with the board, sends out to Wallace. Ashton, junction extended, and got it. Hard to think that he was a sophomore a couple of years ago, Ashton Wallace.
Yeah. And how about Dunn there? I mean, really, Calvert does a nice job initially, and Dunn sticking with it, able to keep the possession with American Fork.
And back to Duft. He's got to feel comfortable here on this floor. His father, the head coach of the Weber State Wildcats. Three from Calvert, rims out on the rebound.
Of course, while we're on that, I want to thank Easton Duff's father for taking it easy on my Vandals this last week. Only beat them by 20. That was much appreciated. So thank you, Coach.
Dane's been doing some recruiting, too, as Tiger Cuff lays that up and in. How about the run from American Fork, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, they're just really pushing the tempo, doing a great job on the boards. I really think that Fremont's just struggling to get good looks. It's the defense that's really fueling this for American Fork. They haven't had a really good open look. And when they have, they've had a couple of threes and they haven't been able to knock them down.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 5:36 left in the half. American Fork up 17-11.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, offer a sign of love, welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other, or share a room, even without words, smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
Out of the timeout. It's a 6-point American Fork lead, and Brian talked about going to the break or probably Fremont rather. Got to find ways to get easier looks at the rim, or better, just less contested shots. There is a contested shot, won't go. Calvert there for the putback.
Big time by Calvert there. That's they needed that. Interesting, they come out of the timeout with their best player, Hunter Hansen, on the bench, getting him a breather and maybe just trying to reset him a little bit.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, we talk about great guard play, but do you look at Hansen and try to work it inside to get that offense back on rhythm here, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, most of their sets they run are for Hunter. And it looks like American Fork's done a great job of making sure that they're taking that away right now. I think Coach Mulaney's over there talking to him quite a bit, and they're just trying to pump him back up and get him back in and see if he can make a run for him, make a push. They really need him to score.
As Hucks goes in line, this is the first of two. Rawson will come back on. And also Benji Lindbergh. And back on for Coach Mullaney is Christian Blanche and Hunter Hansen. So Duff will come off along with Calvert. So Blanche just doesn't take somebody out. Gotta remember where he is.
Yeah, he was one of the top tacklers in the state last year. So
had a strong season. What was a frustrating year on the football front for Fremont. But Blanche, one of the top tacklers in all the state of Utah, not even just classification-wise. Outstanding year. Was able to break it down. They're just trailing by 5. It feels a lot larger than 5 points. Hand back on this one as Flinders goes back inside to Blanche. Blanche got that up and in over the top of Rawson.
Nice move.
Blanche's older brother was on the state championship team for Corey Mullaney.
Rawson was close on having a block there. He kind of shook his head coming down, thought he had it. That's a strong take there by Blanche. He's not going to be intimidated.
He went a little get smart on that too. He's like right there.
Missed it by that much.
High post to Wallace, and it crawls home. Ashton Wallace's game is very underappreciated, Brian.
Yeah, and that's a fairly easy look, right? He got a smaller guy on him. He's getting at the post. Nice move to turn and score. And that's what I'm saying earlier is Fremont hasn't had a look like that all night.
And Hadley able to get inside and finish, and Hadley wearing the family number. If you play at Fremont, you're a Hadley, wear number 5.
He's the guy that I think for Fremont can really be a difference maker. When he scores, they are tough to beat.
Hogan got the steal, can't get the 3, and a rebound to Rawson. Oh, he was going for the tie there. It was Hogan. As Rawson sends out to Wallace. Ashton back out, Tiger cuff, back inside. Rawson, easy 2. Lays it up and in.
Great vision by Tiger to see that.
Everyone thinks he's taking that 3.
Yeah.
And just knows, he got an easy 2.
And Hadley gets the foul on Wallace. It'll be the first foul of the game for American Fork.
Yeah, for those who like free throws and like a bunch of fouls, this is not the game for you to watch. We're playing today. I love it.
I will gladly refund your money for the stream. If that's what you came here for. By the way, it's free, so there is no refund.
I got good news and bad news.
Wallace goes for the steal out of bounds. Off of Wallace will stay here. Shot clock down 5 seconds. And we welcome a game of flow. I mean, it can be a little lower scoring. That's fine. There's a steal. Turley with defender on his hip. And an easy 2. So he got it down to 2. Or probably got down to 3, and the game goes back up to 7.
I couldn't tell if that foot slipped or not.
So I was thinking.
Such a nonchalant pass to get that in, though. Just got to have a little more focus. Can't have turnovers like that.
Nice job, Hunter Hansen. And this is something for Hunter. I know he's still young. You just want to see him go a little down hallish and go take the game over. Remember Dallin as a junior here in this building. I think he scored 22 of 24 points in the third quarter of a quarterfinal. Send out Wallace for 3. Wide to the right of the rebound to Blanche. Quickly the other way. Flinders breaks it down. Rawson says, thank you.
How about the recovery? I mean, he's looking like, I'm going to draw the charge. Nope, I'm going to swat this thing out of bounds.
Yeah, Flinders thought he was getting around him for a minute. Got cute. Rawson had other ideas.
As they're going to lob that in to Hunter Hansen. 3 on the way from Hogan. Got it. And it's a 2-point game.
That's a big shot.
And the old phrase, the 3 balls is a great equalizer.
AF just lost him off the inbound. He's the inbounder, comes around and gets a wide open 3.
A lot of times that great, the inbounder is the best guy to get the ball back to. Wallace cuts. Ball got through over to Hucks. Back into Wallace, just stayed with it. And Ashton Wallace lays that up and in. And it's a 4-point advantage with a minute and a half left in the first half.
The interesting thing has been how, Aaron Dunn's been on the bench. And that's really when we've seen AF be successful getting to the rim. And it's been a lot of guys getting lost amongst that Fremont defense.
Yeah, they get hung up. I think Hansen just got hung up staying too long on the double team. The ball left Rawson.
Nice take and Meg Boston Hadley. This game back to 2 as we near 1 minute left in the first half. Just a few possessions left. Imagine the way these two teams have played. He's going to Rawson. Sends back out Ashton Wallace. Hucks. Snuck it back through into Rawson. Rawson tried to fit that through to Wallace, and the officials are going to get together. I think this ball's going to stay, yeah?
I thought it went out off American Fork.
I thought it was off Wallace, too. It was great defense on that cut.
The outside official came in. Ryan Cuff wants an explanation. It's the coach's job to make sure you get on the official on that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can't go down and say, "Hey, great job."
Yeah, you can't just recognize they did a good job. No.
I watch the F1 documentary stuff now. And there's whole thing is, hey, it's my job to make sure we push as hard as we can. And now a block with is going to be the foul here on American Fork. Only the third team, or probably second team foul of the half with 30 seconds left in the first half.
I don't think Coach Cuff needs any encouragement to get on the officials. I think he's good.
I think Ryan's really happy that I can't talk about the shot clock and Ryan Cuff anymore. I apologized to him last year, and he said, it's okay. I said, you know I love you, right? He's like, I know. As Fremont get a hole for the final shot, as they can, as the shot clock turned off. They're looking to tie, maybe take a lead on the drive here with Hansen.
You ready for a fun fact? Regular season game was 50-49. We're on pace for that same score.
Wallace with the steal, ahead to Cuff. They finished the first quarter with the 3. Missed the layup, and Rawson couldn't get the putback to go. A close first half leading to what we believe will be a close second half. We go to the locker rooms. It's American Fork 26, Fremont 24. You're watching the 2023 6A State Tournament on KSLSports.com.
Okay. Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot, I'm getting tired. 똑같은 질투 떠너비 올라와. 흥미도 달라.
So welcome back in the D Event Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, Brian Alfrey. Before we come back and get thoughts on Brian and Dane, let's take you back to a rewind flashback.
And now it's time for a rewind flashback. Moments Dusty and Dane want to forget.
The Davis defense coming up with a big stop here on 4th and goal to keep us scoreless in the first. We'd have to wait till the second quarter for Fremont to break through. How about a 48-yard field goal for the Silverwolves? That's a long one, and it's good. Also had a touchdown in this ball game for the Panthers as Lupati had 2 passing touchdowns for West in a big come-from-behind victory, 26-17. And all of a sudden, Dusty, West in position for a co-region championship. Now, West, the job isn't done, but this is a great step in building that program done by Coach Sullivan.
Oh, Vince Francis, he won't go on camera, but he'll just record my stuff and document it and put it out there.
I'm just glad you can see the bug in the second one. That way we know Dusty's not
Yes,
entirely
not
crazy.
crazy. I would trade getting rid of that bug to look like that again. I'm working on it. So
That was great.
what people don't remember is that stinking bench that we had like a beehive underneath it.
Well, and now people know what it's like to be in my shoes. I'm trying to actually talk through stuff, and Dusty's over here looking all over the place. And
But luckily, it was a time we had a
and
partition. You were shunning me anyway.
yeah, that's true.
What I remember from that was Lisa Dalebaut was getting her run in that whole time.
That is true. Yeah, she was.
We'll see Lisa
Later
in
today.
just a couple of games.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, there it is. No. Nightcap? Okay. So, Brian, your thoughts on what we saw in that first half?
A little lower scoring than maybe I thought it was going to be, but I thought that Fremont really made a nice push to get back in. It was down 7 at one point. Then they dodged a bullet. American Fork made a great defensive play at the end and just couldn't convert a couple times on that as the buzzer sounded.
And Dana, maybe look at American Fork. Fremont kept pushing, but you see the timely plays from American Fork. That's why they're the reigning 6A Kings.
Yeah, I think they've had an answer for just about every push that Fremont's made. And how about the answer to start the second half? And that's from a player who missed a bunny to end the first half, but big one there to start the second.
So Ryan cuffs it. It'll be 7.
Hansen goes under that screen, and that's just too easy. And Ashton Walt's going to make that 70% of the time you leave him not open.
Ashton's up to 11 today.
As Hunter Hansen lips out the triple, David Calvert comes in for the offensive rebound.
Hey, that's why you never, ever give up, right?
Hogan back rims the 3. Calvert knocked it loose.
Another offensive rebound.
By the way, Christian Blanche, thank you to Fremont for reaching out. Christian was a freshman. That's why I thought it wasn't
Crazy.
him.
Yeah.
So I remember saying something about Golden Girls or something like that when Blanche is out there.
Where's that rewind moment, huh?
Different era. I don't know. He's got to pick on Dusty instead of been my best moments. Oh, that ball goes out of bounds. And a missed opportunity there for Fremont.
Yeah, he's going to have him open on that roll, and the pass was just off by about a foot.
So they dropped that ball inside to Rawson. Rawson had a return out there for J.R. Turley. Now on the drive, Ashton Wallace blocked or fouled by Hogan.
Nice play design by Coach Cuff there. No really help defense. Everyone's out defending, and you get a nice little curl by Ashton Wallace.
Oh, intern Preston starting to figure it out.
It just took 3 games, but hey, we got it. We got it.
He keeps telling me because I sent him away and started, intern Kenzie took over that he's just rusty and I should give him more reps, and we'll see. Brian's first opportunity is I guess intern Preston wasn't there last year, so Brian's first opportunity to work with intern Preston.
Yeah.
Good Twitter follow, too. Well, he doesn't tweet that much, but we'll figure it out. So missed opportunity there for American Fork. I mean, and that's the thing in this game. You're thinking back that missed layup at the end of the half, and then those free throws, some missed opportunities here for AF if Fremont gets those threes to start falling. Flinders sends back out to Calvert. David drives at Rawson, cut off, goes up and under, and narrowly missed a foul there on that rebound with Dunn.
They're doing a nice job on Calvert. He would rather shoot that three than drive, and they're taking that away and kind of forcing him into something that he's not as comfortable with.
Rawson goes at Blanche, crawls off, rebound to Turley, and then the foul off the offensive rebound. So we're inbound along the baseline there for American Fork.
With the lineup that AF has on the floor, you can't give up offensive rebounds to Turley. That's just a killer.
Yeah.
Just can't do that.
I mean, would you say it's just a spacing thing? Is it an effort thing? When you're a coach, what do you think, where you kind of lay that to?
I think sometimes just guards don't always box out every time. Not every point guard hits the offensive glass, and Turley's doing a nice job at it.
So Cuff finds Rawson, has Blanche, sends out Turley, misses on the three, and a rebound to Hansen. So dodging a bullet there is Fremont.
Tell you though, AF is making the right plays. I mean, even there, you get Fremont kind of moving a little bit defensively. Turley's left open. Like the ball's getting to the right spot for American Fork.
Now, the way these two offenses are playing, this quarter's short. I mean, look at it, we're already at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, it's going quickly. Not a lot of fouls, but you're right, Dane. I mean, that was a great offensive set. They just missed a shot for AF.
A block to Dunn, send out for three. Flinders no, and the rebound to Dunn.
And you're starting to see AF gobble up some of these rebounds too.
It's going to make every shot so important down the stretch, too. As Tiger Cuff drives at Hansen, has it swatted away by Hansen. And Ryan Cuff wants a foul. And we'll take a look and see.
I think we had one, yeah.
Oh, he did have the foul. And now Ryan's okay. He's like, yeah, that's right, it was a foul. That was fairly clean there for Hansen, yeah? They play it one more time? We'll play it one more time.
I was looking elsewhere.
Yeah, that's probably a foul. He's got his hand in his back.
Okay, so it's the offhand.
How about that? Brian Alfrey suggesting a foul. Hey.
But that makes more sense why Courtney didn't make that call, because he couldn't see it. So he couldn't see the hand behind his back. That's why Doug made it from the side.
Yeah. Look at that, man.
I think Courtney and Doug are both really good officials.
They are. And that's one of the things that is so frustrating. A lot of times people are like, well, how's the top side official calling? It's like, look, because you have limited angles, right?
Yeah.
You can't see through everything. It's why there's three-man crews. I mean, it wasn't that long ago we were going two-man crews in this state.
15 years ago. And Noah Hollingsworth got 900 free throws because the same official was under the hoop. And that's not a bad thing. Is a three's good from Hogan. That wasn't meant to be a bad thing. It was just that Noah got calls on one end, and the other official wasn't going to give the same call on the other, and it's what got stuck.
That's the frustrating part when contact's called differently on the two ends.
Yeah. As we send inside, because Noah's a very successful businessman now, as we've learned. As Rawson goes backside to Webb, and one. Going to put Keen Webb at the line for the +1 opportunity.
First on Hadley. Again, how about the unselfish pass there to get it to Webb? And with the size of AF, Keen can finish.
And Keen misses the free throw, and it's a 6-point game halfway through the third quarter. For Fremont, where do you turn for some offense? They go to Hogan, short on the three. Hadley with the board and bucket.
Little miscommunication on defense as to who had who, and gives up an easy putback.
So back to a 4-point game as Rawson holds up top, goes out to Cuff, drop back inside to Webb. Webb looks opposite on the cut there from Rawson, and that's going to put Rawson at the line. Kind of like that action. You throw it down to that block and find the guy cutting from the opposite side of the key. Number 3 on Hunter Hansen.
Yeah.
You know, most of the first half when they doubled in the post, they weren't getting burned on it. AF's made a nice adjustment to try to hit those guys on the dive when they get doubled in the post.
So is that part of the play? So, hey, we're going to go down this block. If they double, you got to scream from the opposite side? Or is it?
Usually whoever's guy left them to double needs to just go to that opposite block as fast as he can. And then if they rotate, the help defense rolls over and takes that, you should have an offside 3 open.
So down the floor we go with Fremont. Flinders fouled by Tiger Cuff.
This won't mean anything to our viewers, but we've reached our limit. That's an off-air conversation.
You got 25 seconds left.
In the third.
It should be like the home run rule in softball.
We just start crediting like threes or something?
No, because there's only one guy that can hit a home run. If a guy hits a home run, he's your designated home run hitter.
And this isn't even that limit.
And,
this is a different limit.
You can't have 3 home runs in an inning.
This is a different limit.
As Hansen can't get that one to go.
Tough shot.
I think he was hoping for the hoop and the harm, and he didn't get either. As Cuff gets in the key, leaves it for Rawson. Rawson got Calvert off his feet, can't get it to go. And that's a 4th straight possession that is going to put American Fork at the line.
And that's the 6th team foul on Fremont. I mean, so you're shooting free throws the rest of the way here for American Fork.
So, can you believe we were not in the bonus in the first half? And it'll be free throws the entire 4th quarter for American Fork as the free throw is good for Rawson.
And look, that only matters if you make it. Right?
Right. I mean, but I mean, you're going to have to play 11 minutes in the bonus.
Oh, I don't disagree.
That's going to be hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Cuff's licking his chops at that prospect of shortening this game even more. It's an 8-point advantage for American Fork. Again, the winner going to go take on Quentin Meza, Trey Smith, and the Cypress Pirates. There's Calvert, Flinders, back out to David. Now Hogan. He's hit 1 3 today. Just has not been able to find the range as he pulls again. Off the mark, rebound to Webb. Cuff on the run. Tiger in the lane. Hogan fortunate not to pick up the 7th team foul. Is Wallace working on Hansen. Ashton up top to Webb. Hucks. Cuff dropping into Ross, and he had Mouse in the house and turned a little too quickly.
That was so fortunate for Fremont because not only was he got Flinders on him, that's an obvious mismatch, but Flinders was trying to come around and front it. So that was going to be a poster dunk.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 2:18 left in the third. You're watching the 2023 6A state tournament. .216 left in the third quarter and an 8-point lead for American Fork. And if Fremont is going to make a run in this game, they've got to get some shots to drop. As Wallace jumped that pass, Hansen lost it. Flinders, you're going to have a loose ball foul here on Rawson.
That's a good call.
Yeah. You got to look at it here.
I know that's a loose ball. He's probably thinking that's live, but you're going right at a player's foot, inhibiting their ability to grab that.
Well, it looked like he grabbed his wrist, too, and didn't allow Flinders to pick that up. So
you got better vision than I do. Of course, I'm on the far side. It's all,
Isn't it amazing how different officiating looks when you're not emotionally invested?
Absolutely. It's so much easier when you don't care who wins.
Hadley, no. Now we wanted good games.
Their three-point percentage is really falling by each possession for Fremont. Getting looks, just can't get them to drop.
I think that's what most people realize. We get in the broadcast, all we want is a close game. We want just good rhythm as Webb had the lob, and now a foul on the backside. And it's a 6th straight possession for American Fork on drawing a foul on Fremont.
And this is one where you see him just kind of undercut their leg. He's going for the box out. He thinks that's a shot. The problem is it's not, right? If that's a shot, there's no foul there. But it's not a shot.
It worked for Majerus and the Utes against the 1998 Tar Heels. Vince Carter, Anton Jameson, Ed Cota. It's not working today.
It's not working today, no.
There's a free throw good there for Webb. And somewhere you fans are like, Dusty made a Utah reference? Like a positive one?
Well, and
I love that 98 Utah game.
The challenge here is you make a free throw here, it's a 10-point game that feels like a 30-point game.
Right. Until you start making shots.
Right.
Here's the thing for Fremont. They're getting open looks, Brian. And when you're a coach, you're on that sideline, and you're like, getting the looks. Is it, hey, we got to keep pulling the trigger on them. Don't.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got to keep shooting. AF's done a really good job of not letting Hunter Hansen score. They're forcing their role players to make shots, and right now they're not doing it, but they're going to have to hit those to get back into this.
I mean, here's the unofficial Fremont scoring. I've got 8 for Hadley, 7 for Calvert, 6 for Hogan. Hansen with just 2, or with 4, sorry.
And he's off the floor at the moment as Hadley finds Hogan, and the foul to Hux is going to put Hogan at the line.
That's a big play for Fremont if they can convert these 3 foul shots here.
Yeah.
If I'm coaching Fremont, I'm trying to get this to 5 by the end of the quarter if I can. I want to make it a 2-possession game going into the 4th.
And what you need are the free throws here, especially at the open end. The curtain's not drawn. And the second comes off the iron as Tiger Cuff is going to come back in, and that is Holden Hux come off the floor. And this third free throw is good, 2 for 3 for Hogan. And see if that gets him into rhythm, too. We're talking about that's a kid that can light it up from the outside. And see the ball go through the hoop, can do wonders. Dropped that ball inside to Rawson, and Hogan knocks it out of bounds. He was hoping to get a fortuitous call and did not.
So dangerous to come out and try to put pressure because you might just be giving up dunks on the back end here with American Fork.
Someone's on the record already saying they're the longest team, or the tallest team in the state, or biggest team in the state. Is Rawson. Backside cut. Turley misses the bunny. Now can Fremont make it hurt? 0 on one end. Can they put up a crooked number on the other? David Calvert from way outside. No, and it's a one and done for Fremont.
I mean, he's shooting that college 3 just a little bit further than what he's used to, I think.
I think these floors, especially when they're the two-tone floors, really throw off these high school kids when they come in the building. As inside done, no, knocked out by Calvert. And we'll stay here with American Fork and the shot clock.
I think it's that, but I also think it's American Fork's just doing a good job of pushing them higher up off the floor to get them out of the spots they're comfortable in.
Would you call that the Tony Bennett pack? What do we call pack defense? I'm trying to remember the phrase. I just don't like watching Virginia basketball, so I can't really remember.
Well, some of that is the old quip is you got to take what the defense gives you, right? Well, right now the defense isn't giving them anything at the three-point line, so they got to pull back, right?
Yeah.
And that's the point you're making.
And then that's just a harder shot.
Yeah.
You step back 2 feet, it's just a harder shot.
Tiger Cuff gonna. Oh, the shot clock is turned off. Is Wallace bringing the ball in the corner. Turley for a 3. No. Tipped out by Webb. Now taken by Hogan. 19 seconds.
Boy, so hard to turn that down, right? You got open guys because they're pressuring up top.
You got a wide open look in the corner. You're up 8. You have to shoot that.
Yeah.
Hogan steps back for 3. Short. Rebound to Webb. And still got a chance at the horn. It's in time. No, and then we will go to the 4th quarter. At the end of 3, it's American Fork 39, Fremont 31. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. So start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, Brian Alfrey with you as Fremont trails by 8. And Brian, as much as this game has not gone their way, they're still within striking distance if they can get the ball to get through the rim.
Yeah, they've had plenty of opportunities. They just got to start converting.
And when you're not shooting well, it's just, hey, how do you help high school kids stay confident when the ball's just not falling?
It's hard. You got to get to the foul line. You got to try to get a layup. That's a good shot for Hunter.
And I like that because AF comes out in that zone, right? And rather than having to force a three because you're trying to get big chunks back, it's like, no, let's get our best player in the soft spot of the zone, get an easy look, see if I can find his rhythm for him.
Yeah, and hopefully that tightens that zone up a little bit so you get a nice, easy kick-out three.
And again, as much as it feels like it has been dominated, and it has been dominated this game by American Fort, just a two-possession game. Drop it inside. Rawson trying to go opposite cut there to Turley. He's still hanging, sends it back up top to Cuff with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tiger on the drive, got past the defenders, lays it up and in. Nice take and make by Tiger Cuff.
Yeah, that's a good play. Defensively, you're just killing yourself, right?
And Hogan comes back, knocks down a triple.
Boy, how about the confidence of Hogan? He takes that shot, I'm like, oh, goodness. And it goes down like, shooter's got to shoot, man.
You know the difference was there, Brian, is he was actually at the high school 3 line when he pulled the trigger on that one.
Well, and they attacked quicker.
We'll have to take a look at this one. Because the naked eye says that's a nay-nay foul. Maybe there, not there.
Yeah, that might have been a makeup call. The second one might have been a makeup for the first one he missed.
Yeah, the hand was definitely. I would be okay. I got it. He swung. That one, Dane.
I mean, I don't exactly have the best perspective of what's happening there, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to see on the other end of the floor. You know, I don't know.
If you're Coach Cuff, it was a great call.
Yes.
If you're Coach Mulaney, that's
Coach
the worst
Cuff,
call you've seen all day.
I don't see Coach Cuff upset. So.
I'll go on record. Didn't agree. It's okay.
I mean, I do think that first swipe could very easily call a foul on him.
Absolutely. My thing is, hey, but if you miss that one, there's no need for the next one. As they go cross court, Hogan, and that ball out of bounds on Rawson. But it's okay. We all miss shots. Same thing for officials.
You could argue that Tiger was a little bit out of control and about to fall down. It's hard to call a foul when he's not on balance and you're bailing him out.
Right.
And not Tiger specifically. Tiger's a great player, but any player in that situation.
Right. Oh, that's a tough pass there to Hansen. Got back to Hogan. Cuff out there. Oh, nothing coming easy here for Fremont. They're going to call that off of the foot. 2 seconds, 1. Hansen fires, and that is a shot clock violation. And it's going to be inbound down here with American Fort. Good defense there by AF.
Yeah, they really started to pressure out in that zone a little bit, use their length.
And that's been the thing for me. I feel like AF really has pressured really well today defensively. Like, there hasn't been a lot of space for Fremont to work.
And that's what I said. This 2-possession game still feels like a 4-possession game. And beyond, as Coach Cuff say, hey, widen out. Going to eat up this clock. We'll into the baseline there to Rawson. High posted Dunn. Back out to Cuff. Rawson looked opposite. Back out. Dunn will pull for 3. Back rammed in the rebound. Taken by Hansen. Hansen in the front court. Hansen all the way to the rim. No. Tipped out by Wallace. Flinders now Hadley. And Hadley draws the foul on Dunn. And that'll be just the 4th team foul on American Fork in the second half.
Here comes Webb. I don't think Coach Cuff appreciated that shot selection by Dunn there.
Dunn can make that shot. He's made that shot this season, but he has not really been engaged in the offense. And so for that to be your first look is, to your point, Brian, probably not the way I want you to get incorporated, right? Let's work that inside.
First quarter, that's a great shot.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, 5 minutes left, 6-point game.
Without having shot the ball.
Without having shot the ball, that's not a shot that a coach is going to love.
Well, and the other thing is, I feel like AF has done such a good job of spreading out the offense. And it's like, hey, we can get that shot whenever we want.
You know what? I got to give it to Fremont. They have fed Hogan. Everybody's like, hey, just keep shooting it because they keep handing right back to him, and he knocks it down. It's a three-point game.
He's got 14, and there was a game, he hit 8 or 9 threes earlier this year.
Hit 8 threes. That's the record. We had 3 players on our games this year. Hit 8 threes, didn't hit the 9th. Now a chance to get within 1 or tie on a triple. Hogan, he won.
Yeah, he wanted that.
Cross court, Hadley drives that cuff. Good call, no call on the contact. Got underneath, no, and then missed opportunity for Fremont. Ryan Cuff holds his hand up, say, oh, calm it down, and then going to space it out and go. Here's Rawson. Out to Wallace.
And look at how they just clear it out for someone to work down in the block.
Webb, now Wallace with Hansen. And they want to take this whole 35 as Wallace on the drive, send out to Webb. Tiger Cuff chased off the 3 in the lane, takes the bump and scores it. Nice take and make by Tiger Cuff. Timeout, Ryan Cuff.
I tell you, Tiger's developing a nice little floater to his game. He's done this a couple times. Just up.
3:51 left in the fourth. We'll be right back.
Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot. I fit inside. Fucking shit, do not be allowed. We know that. So.
And welcome back into the D Event Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Brian Alfrey, as it's a 5-point ball game. Fremont's been able to hit a couple threes and hanging in here, but down the stretch here, 3:51 left. It's going to take possessions like this one. You can't have empty possessions at the moment.
Yeah, you've got to get a bucket right here. Get this down to 1 possession.
Goes up the floor is Flinders. Flinders on the drive, got the Turley on his hip and makes it.
Good move.
Well, we talked about how AF has been spreading out the floor. How about Fremont? Hey, we're going to bring double screen, paint's empty. You just got to get around the edge, and you got money.
Remember we talked about it earlier. It was 50-49 the first matchup. Hansen with the steal, Hansen with the dunk. And just like that, it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, nice pressure defense. And they've done that quite a few times throughout the season where they come out, especially in the second half, and put a little pressure with that extended zone and get a steal.
Rawson goes at Calvert, got some space, can't get the bucket, backside board out of bounds off of Hogan. Get a chance to look at that steal and dunk.
This was a 10-point game not long ago.
Or maybe not. Oh, there it is. Good job, Preston. Oh, he didn't get the dunk. Preston the intern, everybody. As we send that out to Tiger. Cuff back out to Hucks. Just hung on that dribble. Here's Wallace. To Rawson. Rawson at Calvert, can't get it.
How many shots has AF missed at the rim?
And then the foul to American Fork. It'll be their last to give. That's a 16th foul.
This is the most life we've seen out of the Fremont fans and student section all night or all day.
Because the boa constrictor known as American Fork just held it all game long.
Yep.
So up the floor with Flinders. Flinders inside out. Calvert short up ball. Maybe got tipped by Rawson. Nice defense there by Rawson.
So we haven't heard We haven't heard from Wallace in a while. Be interesting to see in this last 2 minutes, what does he provide his team?
Yeah, hasn't scored in the fourth quarter.
Rawson held off, throws to the corner. Turley has hung in there today. Turley has missed some shots. He missed a 3 in his last pull, but Dane, he knocks this one down.
And look, he's had a couple looks from the corner just like this. We talked about one just a couple minutes ago. Shooter's got to shoot. J.R. Turley with the 3.
2:02 left. It's closing time. The horns are going. We'll be right back. .02 left in the ball game, and you see the timeouts, everything else on the screen. 3 timeouts apiece. As Fremont trying to hang in here, down by 4. Flinders drives that cuff, goes up, and it comes off the rebound off of Fremont. And it is American Fork ball. They've gotten a scare here from Fremont, but now it's closing time for the reigning champs.
Yeah, so they're going to get a little bigger now, make it harder to guard, especially as Fremont stays in this pressure. You're going to have a big down on that backside waiting to dunk on the end.
And how about Tiger there staying vertical?
Oh, the ball goes through the hands of Rawson. I'm not sure why they thought that ball had gone off of Fremont. Rawson immediately pulled his hands back. I was kind of shocked by that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he and Turley saw. Maybe they saw something different than what we saw. But
I thought it looked like it was deflected, but I did think Rawson touched it. And I don't know if it was just a late reaction trying to come back off of what I thought was a Fremont deflection, but I think it was out off. Yeah.
So again, down by 4 points, 2 possessions here for Fremont. Flinders terminates. Nice hands by Wallace. Sends out Hadley. Short on the 3 to rebound to Rawson. And now on the run with American Fork. Flinders nearly had the steal. Now they're going to widen out here. They shorten down this game, and now the foul going to be given by Flinders. And it's going to put Tiger Cuff at the line for the front end of 1-and-1. And here's the other part. It's the last 1-on-1 free throw here.
Well, and that's the other thing. Remember, they were in the bonus with 3 to go in the third quarter, right? So the other aspect of this is Fremont stopped fouling.
Yeah, I'm not sure Coach Mulaney was happy about that one. I don't think he wanted to foul quite that early.
And Tiger Cuff at the line knocks down the first. Makes it a 5-point game. Could make it a 2 3-point game.
Unofficially, Tiger the leading scorer today for AF. 13 points, 6 of them coming here in the fourth quarter.
He's patiently run this offense today.
Well, he's had some big drives. Sorry, he hit some big drives at the end of the shot clock or to stop kind of a Fremont run. He's gone down the paint and scored.
So Flinders able to get the ball whip the floor without taking any time off the clock. Sends out to Calvert. David pumps the 3, now drives at the rim and crawls it in. So timeout taken by Fremont with 1:10 left, and it's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals.
Okay. Okay.
You're on my level, then shoot. I fit inside, but I can shit. Don't be a level. Don't know that.
It all starts with a smile. To show you care, Offer a sign of love? Welcome someone home. Even when we don't see each other. Or share a room? Even without words. Smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
And welcome back in the D Event Center. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, and Brian Alfrey. There's 1:10 left, a 4-point game. You see the situation on the screen. It'll be double bonus free throws for American Fork down the stretch.
And Fremont in the bonus as well now.
So here comes Tiger Cuff. Was waiting for that trap to come. Got up to Turley. And now the foul to Calvert. It's going to put Turley at the line with 58 seconds to go. And I think it's an interesting conversation because I got 2 timeouts left if you're Fremont in a 2-possession game, so you have 2 ways to stop the clock without the foul. Almost thought play defense there, make AEF shoot the basketball. Am I wrong?
So I don't necessarily mind the foul. I think they may have called that before he actually got fouled. I think he got pressured and they hurried and gave it to him. With only 2 timeouts, if you let him run that full 35, you're down to 35 seconds left and possibly down 6 at that point. So I would probably foul and try to extend it. I would want as many possessions as possible. Now, I may be wrong, but I would want as many chances to score as possible.
Well, the only reason I'm saying it is just because AF has kind of just pulled the ball out here.
I grew up with 90s basketball. I'm the same way. I'm like, I extend the game. I want more possessions, not less.
Our 1-year difference. I'm a 2000s basketball guy.
I can tell.
Here comes Hadley. Force it up. No, and the rebound to Cuff. And he was calling timeout, falling out of bounds. Heads up play by a coach's son.
Yeah.
Aren't coaches' kids the best?
Yeah, I would say they are, but I'm a little biased, right?
Heads up as he's falling out. There it was.
Great defense by American Fork right there. I mean, that's a big stop.
And, of course, 30-second timeout gives us a chance to remind you that the winner of this game is going to go to the semifinal, take on Cyprus. The boys' 6A semifinals will be set after this game. We'll be back on Thursday with that. The girls' quarterfinals coming up today here on the 6A side. And we'll go right back to 5A. Dana and I will be on the call for all 28 games, and we'll have great guests like Brian Alfrey going to be joining us today. We've been joined by David Evans, who definitely prettied up the joint when David was here, the coach of Real Academy. And then we're joined by Casey Walkenhurst. And I'm blanking on names all of a sudden. It's only game 4, and I'm already missing on.
No, that was it. Just 3 today.
There's 3. There we go.
Yeah.
And we'll be hitting the girls 6A. Then tomorrow we got a couple more coaches. Jason Workman, we do know his name, but we are at the site. That's a tease for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So 41.8 seconds left.
So if I'm Fremont, I'm going to try to get a steal, and then I'm going to foul as soon as it gets over half court. I'm going to try to get a steal or a 10-second count.
Doubling Wallace on the inbound. Got it into. That was a strong swipe there by Hogan.
That was almost like a play for Coach Beam. I mean, they all start baseline, and they all run their little routes, and it was the slant over the middle, as it often is, that proved to be the beat.
Shawnee Nordstrom shows us how you break the full court press. Shawnee Nordstrom might be one of the best underrated slot receivers in the state of Utah. Shawnee stems outside and breaks across the middle all the time on a full court press.
I mean, I think Kare's record is safe, but she could be, probably second when it's all said and done, right?
Absolutely.
It's hard to get as many yards in a basketball game. It's only 94 feet.
Hey, I even watched her do it against Sierra Canyon. I thought, well, maybe it's just she does against Utah teams. Sierra Canyon came out full court press, and Shawnee gave him the same little stem, and everyone leaves her open, and she gets.
Yeah.
I love watching her play. It's one of the funnest things.
Yeah, she's great.
Get a chance to see her in a bit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Coach Warner does a fantastic job there at Lone Peak.
Yes, he certainly does. Give us a chance to remind you, go to UtahJazzCamps.com to find the camp closest to you. As Calvert pulls on the 3, a little long. Rebound and bucket there for Boston Hadley. And another 30-second timeout taken here by Corey Mulaney. Back to it, still a 2-possession game. Mulaney will have 1 timeout left in the final 31.8 to go. But Brian gives us a chance to talk to you about what you think of what we see here in the 6A state tournament. Is right now, we'll talk about one side. Corner Canyon and Lone Peak. I mean, it was a decided 2-0 region advantage.
Yeah.
How hard or different is it when you are the team that maybe one of the two, but that third matchup in region in the state tournament?
You know, it's really hard, but Corner Canyon is so good. I mean, and I don't want to take anything from Lone Peak. Lone Peak is great. They're a little young. Corner Canyon is so good, and they're deep. They've got guys who don't even play who would start at other schools, at other 6A schools in this state. So, you know, I would give the edge to Corner Canyon. I think it'll be a good game, but I'd give the edge to Corner Canyon.
Yeah. And just to make a little joke, not really, but yes, there are some kids that didn't make the team to start at other 6A schools.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we played them in early January, and they're almost impossible to guard.
Yeah.
See, that time we go with the comeback route.
Yeah, they did.
Which is also a great man beater, right? But that ball's got to be right there.
Especially if they're giving you a little bit of room.
Yeah.
You take that, hook up.
Yeah.
Ashton Wallace did not play football for Coach Aaron Bean. Maybe a missed opportunity there.
How about this, huh? This is... I wonder if we're going to see Coach Bean implement a little pick and roll maybe come the fall. What do you think?
Well, those football routes are really hard to guard because you got to give them space. You can't just get blown by. And then he got all of that one, didn't he?
Yes, he did. The Wide Channel basketball was fair to him on that one. The little body English kind of pulled that one in. But that's the thing, too. I've always wondered that on, like, there's a certain in-state collegiate school that blew a game that just was really bad on the inbound on the pressure. And it's, hey, move. You can't just post up and lob the ball in on an inbound.
Right.
That one doesn't go, taken by Hansen.
Well, unless you have like a 6'8" Chris Cox. But yeah, I mean, for most teams, that's a struggle.
Oh, what a hustle there by Hadley. Kept it in bounds, and Hogan knocks down the three. But this bucket is all about the effort of Hadley. Well, and other Silverwolves as well. How about that?
I mean, how do you keep it alive? And how about the presence just kind of duck under, take a dribble, find a little bit of a sliver, and get that shot away.
Man, still a 4-point game. We'll be right back. Full timeout. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals.
Okay. Okay. You ain't on my level, then shoot. I fit inside for fucking shit. Gonna be a level. Không nghĩ đâu ta là so high.
And welcome back in. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, Brian Alfrey. Dane's got a good reference?
Well, look, I mean, we talked about American Fork. They're going to be inbounding. I'm looking double X-Jet, 36 counter, naked wacklet, 7X quarter here. We'll see what they call.
Hit us up. You know what Dane just called. Oh, and there it was.
I was actually thinking we're going to see a go route here because we ran the slant and we ran the come. But in all fairness, that's actually that's a real play call. Double X-Jet, 36 counter, naked waggler, 7X quarter.
That was what Chris Sims kept messing up, and John Gruden yelled at him.
Yeah.
Got it.
So there
you
go.
I'm sluggo seam until they take it away, and the Buccaneers did many times. Dexter Jackson is.
Although hard to tell if that would have been a deep post or just a straight go. We didn't have enough time to actually.
Might have been offensive pass interference. That's a tough foul to call because Rawson's holding him, kind of pushing off, and they're holding each other, and then you call a foul.
Well, if Jason Kelsey can get away with it, then
Travis Kelsey.
Sorry, I always get them mixed up.
But for Fremont, the good thing is no time goes off the clock, so you got to get the ball back some way. So, but hopefully he misses one of these if you're a Fremont fan.
But Flinders does foul out of the game as Rawson hits the free throw.
Hey, as long as you have Hogan on the floor, you've got a shot.
I got to tell you,
literally.
One of the things, absolutely. And I just loved how his teammates have just kept feeding it to him.
Yeah.
When it wasn't falling, they're like, hey, dude, you're our guy.
Yeah.
I loved that.
And especially on a night where Hunter Hansen had 8 points. I mean, if you told me 8 points, I'd be like, it's not even competitive. But Hogan's kept him in it.
With no timeouts left in a 5-point game. Fremont needs a quick bucket because there's not enough clock left. Is Hadley able to get that one to go? Or the clock will continue to run under here. I'm on the Bay to bucket, and Calvert picks up the foul. It'll be back on the other end. Double bonus free throws once again for American Fork. And they need an 0 for 2 trip here if you are the Silverwolves.
You just got to make one.
And it's Turley at the line. And this young man, as you talk about Hogan staying with it, it's been Turley sticking with it all day today. Needs 1 of 2 to punch the ticket for AF to the semis, and he got it on the first one.
Timeout, Coach Cuff.
Look, man, you can't take it with you. So,
what they tell me.
There should be some sort of rebate if you don't use them. Or you should be able to hold them to a game when you need them.
No, please don't hold them. Please don't hold them. Can you imagine walking into a game with like 15 timeouts?
I bet officials would love it if you walked up to midcourt and every coach said, hey, by the way, this is what I'm walking in with.
Yeah.
It'd be like you'd have to do the meeting like when you get in a baseball tournament, they hand you the innings for all your pitchers. Here's how many timeouts came over. They get up. So it's 6.6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, and Brian Hayes, been a fun year. We talked about it earlier. You're an assistant coach at Copper Hills, but you also are one of the creators and the stewards, founders of the Utah Top 50. And just because basketball ends this weekend, high school-wise, the showcases don't stop.
Yeah, the showcases don't stop. We're really excited. What we found in the Top 50 is that we had hundreds of coaches watching online across the entire country, thanks to you guys streaming that. So we want to give these graduating seniors a chance to, and the upcoming juniors a chance to be able to be seen and have a showcase. We're adding in girls. It'll be 4 games for everybody, Friday night, Saturday at Westminster. So we're excited about that. UtahTop50.com for more information.
Yeah, you can watch those games right here on KSLSports.com as the Turley free throws are 2 for 2, and there's not enough clock left as the Kings of 6A are still going to be alive in the tournament. They're going to be taking on the Cypress Pirates. That matchup's going to be very, very, very interesting.
2 different strengths going head-to-head.
And the lead out there to Ashton Wallace, and that will do it. AF survives Fremont 57-52. Brian, some final thoughts from you, what we saw today.
American Force is going to be a really tough out. I think that's going to be a really great game with them and Cypress. They are contrasting styles, but I think it'll be a really hard-nosed game. Fremont had a great season. You got to give it up for them. They got a couple of those young guys coming back, so they'll be good as well.
Yeah, didn't go exactly how they wanted to go, but they hung in there. Dane, your thoughts on a selection of a Heidemann Associates player of the game?
A valiant effort for Fremont in a game that was just tough, right? But they fought through it. They had a shot at the end. But look, AF, that medal that Coach Cuff has brought to that program proves out victorious in the end. My player of the game, I'm going to go with Tiger Cuff in this one. He and JR both made critical plays in the fourth quarter to help AF get the win. But I'm going to go with the junior point guard, offensively, defensively. I thought he was solid all night long.
And again, it's going to be the 6A Kings moving on, staying alive in the 6A tournament. They will take on the Cypress Pirates as our 6A semifinals are set. Lone Peak versus Corner Canyon, Cypress versus American Fork. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, Brian Alfrey, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 6A State Tournament on KSLSports.com.